the links. Join channel, become a VAD member, check out, subscribe to the various other links. So there's a couple of interesting approaches with the copium on this. This is, I just searched girls of G4TV. As someone in the Twitter comments pointed out, it's like your channel was kind of known for being a big boobed streaming channel, and then you had an angry Smurf girl give a lecture about sexism in gaming, and this is what your channel was founded on. But suddenly, so what the copium is, when the Twitter defenders are saying like, well, if it doesn't apply to you, why would you be offended? It's like they're, in case you're not following, that their show is in a little bit of trouble. The host 9 months ago insulted the audience with an unhinged rant, and then her co-hosts all loudly applauded her. Now, keep in mind, it's like that's not off the cuff. She had to write that out. She's reading off a screen when she does that, right? She probably mostly. So she got that approved, I'm assuming, by everyone else in the crew. So like they knew the risks they were taking. They probably didn't think. They probably had no idea, because there's like left wing's got a lot of lack of self-awareness. And yes, I guess technically you have a point. If I was gonna say, if you're not sexist, why would you be offended? It doesn't matter if her rant doesn't apply to one specific viewer. You just don't want to hear it. You don't want to lecture by someone who's that's not their place. They're doing this YouTube channel. You just want to see, like, so people in the comments are like, I'm not hearing them say what I'm going to say now is, no, go in the other direction. I do want to see big titted streaming girls just acting stupid, or maybe I would have when I was a little bit younger. Just not acting stupid. I don't mean that. I mean, but just because I know a lot of these chicks, like, that's a kind of a myth people have about hot chicks, is that they're dumb. If I'm going to watch a show, I want to see eye candy, or at least, if I was younger, I definitely would want to see it. And there's no, like, I never apologize for that. It's like, yeah, I want to see like a movie like Zombiever. It's a bunch of girls running around in bikinis fighting off zombies that are also beavers. It's ridiculous, but every once in a while, like, you get in a mood for something like that, low budget, dumb, that knows it's dumb. If you're gonna watch people do skits and shows, why wouldn't you want to see the best looking chicks that you could possibly get? That's why those young girl models with, boobs and bodies are in such demand, because why, if you had the choice of all things being equal, and it's like at one time in 2004 when they were doing this stuff, they knew it, and they catered to that audience. This kind of, just ridiculousness. It's like, yeah, they know what they're selling here, and they're selling it very successfully. But, even if it's like, even if that wasn't the case, you're not sexist for enjoying what they're offering, that they had offered for several years, and then they come back, and all of a sudden you look at the people who are 9 months ago, that I think they delisted that rant or took it down, but it's all over, it's all over the internet. You're not istophobic for wanting to see what you were promised. It's like kind of a detrimental reliance concept. Pause this. So the people who are defending her in the show are saying things like, well, if it's not sexist, if you're not sexist, it doesn't apply. It's like, okay, well, you could say someone will give you a lecture on anything. You just don't want to hear the lecture on we're proudly against racism. There's some racist in the audience. Like, I just don't want to hear that. It's like, yeah, the audience is just not. There's just not these things. It's not that they are or they aren't, but they don't want to hear it coming from people who they don't respect in a way that they want some life philosophy. You're there to talk about video games and to look hot, and like now you look at the show and it's like, I see a bunch of fat, schlubby, unattractive people. I looked at it for like a minute. Why would you, like, where's the appeal in that? Oh, well, the comedy is great. Okay, that might be true. Listen to it. Like, no, I mean, because nowadays, if you're on the left wing, you can't do any comedy because there's nothing you can do. Everything's going to be politically incorrect, so you're left with one joke. It's like Christians, blonde-haired people of the light sort of thing. It's like that same, there's only one group of people you can make fun of, and even that's losing some of its steam because those people are kind of starting to wake up a little bit. Anyway, so a bunch of people got laid off, and so she posts this tweet. I survived. My point is, go in the opposite direction. Instead of saying, "Well, if you're not sexist, it's not offensive." Okay, but I am sexist, and I was sexist, and I love big-titted chicks in bikinis, or not necessarily big-titted, because I'm not a fan of the fake stuff. I think surgery is kind of nuts, but skinny chicks, skinny hot chicks in bikinis are prancing around. Yeah, I am. If you call that sexist, okay, fine. I raise my hand. Yes, I am that person. Yes, I want to see these chicks run around in bikinis. Oh, well, we don't want you as a fan. Yeah, it turns out there's a lot of people that were those people, or at least didn't want to be lectured to. So you don't have to deny it. Go, yeah, I'm not sexist. I'm not sexist. I just don't want to be lectured to. It's like, why? What if you are? It's like those people are still on the other end of the contract. It doesn't matter who your audience is. As long as they're fulfilling their end of the contract, you're selling a product, this show, you need viewers. It doesn't matter if they're literally dressed in a Hugo Boss with the one arm up in the air the whole time, marching around. Uh, it There's still the viewing hours. Oh, we don't want those people. It's like, yes, but by getting rid of that person, that straw man character, you're getting rid of another 30% of the audience who just doesn't want to be lectured to. So the other thing I noticed about social media, making videos, is I noticed this even before I made videos. Now I make videos. I personally never argue with anyone in the comments, and I've been making videos for like at least 2 years, kind of fully making videos pretty often. The whole time, never argue with anyone in the comments. It's not that you're arguing with one person, even if they legitimately, you think they might deserve it. It's that people are watching you, and not obviously a small channel like this. It does. I'm not trying to put myself equal to these huge, massive corporations. People see how you talk to other people, and even if you like just totally own somebody somewhere is going to see, you know what, I think I could have been a little bit nicer about it, could have been a little bit more respectful about it. You just don't want to see people fight. It sends out conflict, it sends out bad vibes. People watch that and like, I just don't want a part of that. If you're in a position, you're making videos and you know something's going to make you argue, just delete the comment and block the person. It's something that should rarely happen, but it's absolutely better than arguing with somebody. You're not arguing with somebody. There's no private DMs. Everything, you can assume everything is public. Other people can see that. This kind of thing from it wasn't just her. It was her co-hosts who were like obnoxiously applauding that one guy, Sessler or something. Was just the way he was applauding. It was like kind of a Nancy Pelosi moment. It was over the top. Instead of people, like, the better thing would have been like, if you know she's going to say it no matter what, and I think there's some black guy was sitting next to her, and then there's some other people sitting next to her. It would have been to just kind of look thoughtful and pensive, and just kind of give it like a, you don't clap, you don't nod your head, you just give it a thoughtful look. And just kind of move on, so it shows that you're not in total agreement with her. It would have given the audience an out. Or you could have said something that kind of to deep pull the sting a little bit at the end, but ultimately the better thing would have just been not say it in the first place. This isn't like, did people in business, like, this isn't a business for me, obviously it's a hobby, but these people are in business. This is a big business for them, or at least had the potential to be before they screwed it up. Did they not realize, like, you're in this business of sales, you're selling your personality? Why would you deliberately antagonize the audience by accusing them of something that they don't even fully understand? Because it's like you're having a hard time explaining how the audience is sexist when the show was founded on big titty gamer girls. But now they're sexist because you have unattractive people who are on the show now. And then it's funny, after that, there was a stream that came off after that where there was some girl in a bikini who came back to try to rehab the show a little bit. I forget her name. She did a skit where they're in a ball pit and she's talking about blue balls, and it's stupid, but it's like, that's what people signed on for the show, for these, people talking about pop culture in as nice a manner as possible. Why would you ever insult the audience? Like, yeah, you shot yourself in the foot, and then you fired everyone but her and Sessler. Why would you do that? Like, because they want to. Because F you, that's why they did it. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next episode.